Hello students, this is Mrs. Miller, and the purpose of this video is to show you what I want you to do with this assignment. Over the next few days, we're going to be studying the case of Stephon Clark. Stephon Clark was the young black man who was unarmed and was recently shot by police. He was shot and killed. We're going to start by reading this text here, and if you see on the side margins, I give you space to write your questions, comments, or thoughts. This is going to help you keep track of your thoughts, and it will help you have a deeper understanding of the text. So there's two slides here that I want you to read, and you're going to record your questions, comments, connections, and thoughts. And then I have a simple check for understanding assignment. So when you click the link here, it's going to take you to Stephon Clark Part 1, Check for Understanding. And just go ahead and fill this in, and then you're going to respond to these questions here. Okay? Then come back to the assignment, and we're going to continue reading. This is part of the same article. You're going to read what the police say happened. And then we have our second check for understanding. So click the link here, and it takes you to these questions. And then we're going to read what the family says. So you'll read this, and then I have another check for understanding so that I can make sure that you get the gist of the text. These questions are not hard. The answers are right there in the text. These are what would be considered level 1 and level 2 questions. So you are welcome to always go back into the text and look for the answers. I have showed you all this once before, but if you want to split your screen, I think that would be very helpful. So you can just select and drag it down. And then you would come right over here and minimize that and move this to the side. And then you could select here and drag it down, minimize it again, and put it over here. And then go to the bottom of your screen, and there's the other one there. So that way you're able to look at the text and the questions at the same time. Okay? That might make it a little bit easier for you. Next, after you do that, we're going to get into some critical thinking. So this right here, I would like for you to study this image of Stephon Clark. Just look at it and then tell me, how is he portrayed? Does he seem like a nice guy? Does he seem like a mean guy? Does he seem like somebody who's a criminal? Does he seem like a family man? That's the type of information I'm looking for. So you're going to write your answer in this box here. Then I want you to look at this picture of him and again, tell me how he is portrayed. Then I have a couple of questions that I want you to consider. The first question is, why is the way that Stephon Clark is portrayed in the media important? So think about the story that you just read of what happened, and think about why it's important the way the media portrays him. And then I want you to think about yourself. Think about how you act and what you post on social media and how you would be portrayed in the media, or how other people would portray you. Then I have another critical thinking activity. It says, according to multiple sources, the police never identified themselves as officers until they opened fire on Stephon Clark. How does this impact your opinion about what happened? And write your answer here. And then you're going to connect it again to your own life. How would you respond if someone started shouting at you in the dark and you didn't know who it was? Write your answer here. And then here's another one. According to this source, if you want to read the source, you can click on the hyperlink and it'll take you right to the source where I got this information. You don't have to do that. It's something you can do if you want. It says what she stated, and then it says, do you agree or disagree with the statement? And I would like for you to explain your answer. Now, the police said something, and we're going to examine the evidence. You'll see what the police said when you do your reading. But now we're going to go to the autopsy report. We're going to read what was found in the autopsy report. So again, you're reading this article, and you're keeping track of your questions, comments, thoughts, and connections right here in the sides. This one goes on for a few different pages. And now we have some critical thinking. So I would like for you to answer the questions here. And it says, write your answer here, add an additional slide if you need more space to write. Let me show you how to do that. In order to add a slide, you just come right up here. You can click this arrow, and then you can decide which kind of slide you would want to put in. I would probably put in a slide like this. And you can see now you have a blank slide, and you can continue with your writing. So now you get to be the judge. Just read through this and answer the question. Again, if you want to add another slide, you can do so. Just come right up here, click the arrow, and there you go. Now you've inserted another slide. And finally, I want us to look at some data. So this is a graph that I found. Here's the source for that. And it says analyze the graph and respond to the questions that follow. So you have a question here, and then you just type your answer here. You can delete these words and go ahead and type your answer here. Okay? Again, here's the question. Type your answer. And this has a few different pages. Each of the questions are different. And this is the last part of this assignment. Of course, if you have any questions at all, do not hesitate to ask me. I am here to help you in any way that I can.